dun 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 dun. We are here today. Dun 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 dun. Back to being late. We are back to being late. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all already know, man. Listen. Now, November's always crazy. But this week in particular, I was like, bro, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get a chapter out. Become anything. Nothing will ever stop me from doing this. Alright? So much so that tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 reactions that were taking place. Which hasn't happened in a very long time. Very, very long time. So, let me go ahead and turn on the camera. Nothing but love to everyone who reached out to me earlier on in the week, letting me know the spoilers were out. I was off social media for the majority of the week. Only really getting on to talk about my current brain rot with Jujutsu Kaisen. Where's my camera? Here it is. And the light is on, bro. Let's go, dude. So, hold on. What happened to my camera? Dude, what? Hold on. My camera's like being pulled in that direction. Hold up, son. Is that Eustace Kid? Is he trying to pull my camera in that direction? What's going on? What we got going on? Hold up. We good. That was weird. I was like, bro, what's going on? But dude, it was honestly crazy. So, once again, for the One Piece stuff, we were going to be here no matter what for the chapter. Episode will be late this week for sure. But without question, I was going to be here for the chapter, and I reacted to Jujutsu Kaisen, the episode that came out today. Generational material, man. Yo, Vortex, if you are here, bro. Vortex, man, you cooked, dude. Vortex works on the Jujutsu Kaisen anime, and he was on today's episode, and he did some of the spoilers Toji sequences earlier on. And this man, I mean, bro, the episode was it was I'm still wrapping my head around how phenomenal the episode. Whoa! All I see is green. What we got going on? What do we got going on? Relax. Relax. Alright, dude. Yo. Okay. Alright, hold on. Let me get to these so we can get to the chapter. But my soliloquy was gonna get to Vortex cooked. I wanted to react to the episode just because it was cover material that I absolutely adore, but I was not. I was expecting greatness. I wasn't expecting all time levels of greatness. So that episode reaction will be out tomorrow for any Jujutsu Kaisen fans that are interested in that type of stuff. And then for One Piece, man, here we are. We are here for some peak tonight. Starting us off, Unknown Adventure comes in with membership for 3 months and says, peak week, let's go. Bro, you're telling me, dude. I was using the cloud streaming because I have been home. The Xbox Game Pass cloud streaming to play the new Yakuza. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. And man, dude, even in 240p on my phone, that game is wonderful. It's Yakuza, bro. It's Yakuza. Like, come on, man. It's been a great week. Call of Duty comes out tomorrow, man, which is crazy to me. crazy to me, and I'm excited for this one, considering that it's going to be a lot of Modern Warfare 2 remade maps and stuff. So I'm excited for this one as a massive fan of that. That's my favorite multiplayer game ever made. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. But yeah, peak week, man, peak week, and especially in the anime and manga space as well. But thank you, Unknown Adventure. Jonathan Tamal comes in with a 5 and says, "Yo, coach, I finally started Final Fantasy VII Remake. Ooh, on the peak! And I plan on playing the original Final Fantasy VII. Definitely play the original Final Fantasy VII. So, starting Remake, I'm going to assume that means that you're going to continue with, of course, the Rebirth coming out later on in the year, or in February, on Leap Day. Leap Year Day. What do you even call that? Leap Year Day? Right? February 29th? I got that right? Leap Year Day? It doesn't have like a specific name. Leap Year Day. Alright? To my knowledge, Leap Year Day is whenever that game's coming out. And so, but yeah, definitely play the OG FF7. Still, it has its issues, but it still holds up to this day. And that's not just my nostalgia talking, it still is a masterpiece. But any other FF games that you would recommend for me to play? So if you could, if you can get through the older style games play for older JRPGs, I have to recommend on that very same console Final Fantasy IX, which is another spectacular game. Final Fantasy VI, now that that's readily and available on almost every platform, is a masterpiece that I think is can be played in any era. That game is as fun today as it was back then. So it's a spectacular game. Final Fantasy X is also really, really special. Those are special experiences. But if you're more into the action type games, definitely play Final Fantasy 15 and 16, which take elements from that 7 remake gameplay and of course have their own different takes on it. So if you're into it for the gameplay, definitely go into 15 and 16, which still have their own magnificent stories with action-based gameplay. But if you do want to play the originals with like turn-based combat, definitely go for those. And man, I really love Final Fantasy 13 too. But I'm not sure if you'll be able to play those, considering they're stuck on the 360 and the PS3 right now. But regardless, great. A lot of great games. But thank you, Jonathan Tamal. Take any of those that you would like to play. Those would be my recommendations for sure. Coming off of 7, Ali G comes in with 20 gifted memberships. The God Hand of Finance comes in once again and blesses the community with 20 gifted memberships. Nothing but love to you, Ali G. Thank you so much for stopping by today. As well as Presno, who comes in and takes that alley-oop from Ali G and proceeds to add another slam dunk on top of that with 5 gifted memberships. Nothing but love to the Pancake Squad. Thank you, Presno, for being here at 5 a.m., which is reminiscent of the 5 memberships that you gave to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Presno for being here at 5 o'clock in the morning. And nothing but love to not only Presno, but to everyone else in the comment section who is awake right now, 5 o'clock in the morning. Nothing but love to you guys. Then Suber comes in with the 100s and says, hope Oda Sensei gets proper rest in the break next week. Or in the break week. So there's a break next week? Hope Oda Sensei gets proper rest in the break week. Hatton Jersey King. Oh my goodness, if it's a break chapter. Oh my god. Oh, this man is about to give us a generational experience. Considering what we've got in the last 2 chapters, and those weren't break chapters. Oh god. Oh my goodness, man. Alright, Subra. Thank you. As if I need any more hype for this chapter, man. Good lord. Thank you, Subra. And then the Lonely Mage comes in with a membership for 8 months. This is more peak incoming. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if the audio is good. I'm going to put up the poll right now for the title. And then we are going to... let me see. Engage. Start a right, there's the poll, and then let's go ahead and man, I look like a somebody out of a movie. Look at this. Yo, is this how Shanks walks around with a shine under his face like this? I wonder, man. Is this how Nico Robin walks around? Just glowing? I'm sure. This is my Nico Robin cosplay right here. And this is my Luffy cosplay. Let me put this right here. And grab the laptop. Audio's good? Is the audio good? Audio Apu, thank you, Subra. I appreciate you. Alright. Let's see. No. Oh, no skipping the title this week. Perfect. 56%. Alright. No skipping the title this week. Where is... Okay. Alright. So it looks like we are reading the title. Okay. You are offline. Is my stream still on? Are we here? Are we still here? Why is it telling me I'm offline? Right as I open my laptop too. Good Lord. Alright. Notification, King Recon is live. Thanks for letting me know. It's my account. I don't understand. You know, I don't understand where YouTube's senses for telling the creator they're live. Like, brother, I have a whole bunch of other people that would rather know that I'm live, that never get to know that I'm actually live. Like, come on, man. Come on, dude. We're still here? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to experience chapter 1098. We are 2 chapters away from chapter 1100. It is going to be based on the Kuma flashback up until this point. We can all expect yet another incredible installment of the best-selling manga in history within the Egghead Island greatness. We are about to finish Wano here in the anime very, very soon as we start the path into the final saga and the Egghead arc. And with that being said, what we're about to get into today is going to be the last chapter before we can start speculating on what exactly 1100 is going to entail. Because once we get to 99, we're, just like with chapter 999, we would be able to theorize in completely different ways on what it could actually be, right? Because right here, right now, or at least from my point of view, as somebody who has not read this chapter yet, it's like, after I finish reading this, will I have a better idea as to what could come out of chapter 1100? I have no idea. Or after 1099, I have no idea. And so I'm very, very excited to have those conversations as the weeks go on. And honestly, based on the way that Weekly Shonen Jump is working, I don't even know when we're going to get that chapter. But it doesn't matter, because we are here today for the latest installment in the best-selling manga in history, the one and the only, that One Piece greatness, man. Now, let's get right into this. Just make sure, again, no skipping the title this week. Let me go ahead and hit the thing right here. Alright. Good to go. Let's get right into it. What's the title? What's the title? Chapter 1098. It's happening. It's happening. This is the chapter. This is the chapter. Chapter 1098, The Birth of Bonnie. This is the chapter. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for. Oh my god, answers! We're finally gonna get answers! The Birth of Bonnie, chapter 1098, 500 chapters. After the time skip, mind you. 500 chapters, ladies and gentlemen, since October 4th, 2010, a great day in which we got chapter 598, which is the first chapter of the time skip. So here we have Soul King, bro, the birth of Bonnie's crazy, dude. Let's go, Oda! Okay, so looks like within this chapter we're finally going to... Man, what a way to say that right up front. Like, yeah, man, this is what y'all been waiting for. So let me go ahead and just put it on the title, like, son, it is time. It's time for us to see. So it's like... Soul King Brook powering his electric guitar solo with an electric eel. Sorry, Oda. What? Sorry, Oda. What are you saying sorry for? This chapter's manuscript is unfinished? Oh, I was told this. My cousin reached out to me and told me that this week's chapter was unfinished. In the comments section, I mean, please refrain from talking about the for anything else. I'll see if anything shows up within the chapter that shows that. But have we gotten any information or news in regards to why it's unfinished, or is it Oda's health? Did he miss a deadline? Before we continue on with the chapter, I'm genuinely curious, because I want my boy to be good. You know what I mean? Above all else, above even this chapter, I want Oda to be in good health. You know what I mean? We don't. Lack of time. Shouldn't jump deadline. Okay. Oh man, I don't think he's had an incomplete chapter, quote unquote, since Dressrosa, and in Dressrosa it was mainly the squiggle vision, right, where the drawings looked incomplete, but that's just because of his deteriorating health at the time. So let's get right into this. Notes. The One Piece anime's 25th anniversary celebratory banquet was hosted at Ryogoku. I almost mistook that for Ryogoku, or how do you say Green Bull's name in Japanese again? Ryogoku? Ryogoku? I don't even remember, man. Green Bull is Ryogoku Koku Gikan Arena recently. I had a lot of fun stuff for myself, but it's time to get back to work. Hey, you heard Oda? It's time to get back to work, baby. And we're here, man. Yo, it really sucks that 25th anniversary stream is not available for us to watch. Revolutionary. Hold up, man. Hold up, dude. You can't give me a chapter titled The Birth of Bonnie and immediately go over to Rev Army HQ from all these years ago. Revolutionary Army HQ Baltigo. The Expanding Tides Revolution. And here we see Baltigo, requesting backup, the Toomey. The what? The Toomey. Toomey. The Toomey uprising in the South Blue is looking bleak. V can't. That's got to be Banka. V can't. Our hands are full. Dealing with the wounded at Go. Sabo. Eva-chan. I'll go. And here we see Anakin Skywalker dressed as Kuma. Don't be rash, Kuma. You've been acting reckless ever since that day. Ever since that day? What? This guy's huge. Where did you come from? State your name. So are these the rampages that Kuma would go on? The ones we were referring to in the afterthoughts? Ginny's been captured? So once he heard that Ginny was captured, then he started going on these rampages. He's been acting reckless after this. Look at his face. Look at our Kuma, man. Our lovable boy. They took his smile. I mean, they really did, bro. With this flashback, we saw someone who was born so pure and so innocent and saw how the planet took that from this individual. Yes, sir, it seems she caught the eye of a celestial dragon. Don't even tell me. That's the worst thing I could have ever been told. Ginny too? So now Kuma not only has to deal with what happened to his mother, thanks to the Celestial Dragon, to his father, to himself, but now also Ginny, the individual whom has been with him for this entire time, has also caught the eye of a Celestial... I'm tired of people catching the eyes of a Celestial Dragon. Alright? If it ain't Figurland Garling, no one should be catching any eyes. Alright? There should be no eyes being caught. It's ridiculous, man. I've had enough. I've had enough of individuals like Kuma. Kind-hearted individuals within this verse. Being put to this stuff. I mean, it reminds me of Sabaody. When St. Charles had his eye. Oh, man. Kami has, has caught my eye. It's like, brother, if you don't get back in that astronaut suit, dog. Brother, I'm telling you, the Celestial Dragons genuinely make me mad. Like they actually infuriate me, man. Again, dude. Of course. I mean, all these things that we were thinking about and speculating, of course it was the Celestial Dragons. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? They took her on a government ship because the Celestial Dragon wanted to make her his bride? His bride? Good Lord. We won. Finally, after 3 years of struggling, we couldn't have done it without the Revolutionary Army. And so the Revs allowed these individuals to complete the revolution after 3 years of struggling. We have a tower that's collapsing here in the middle, guns being raised. The enemy took us by surprise. We see a dead Mushi. It was the Revolutionary Army again. Here's to the Revolutionary Army, the heroes of the people. The heroes of the people, man. Please forgive us. Dragon, it's me. Dragon. I've worn myself out. I'll have to return by ship. We're so sorry. And here we see a ship. Out here. So, Ginny captured by Celestial Dragon. Kuma hears that they took her on a government ship because the Celestial Dragon wanted to make her his bride. And then the tower in the middle breaks and shatters. And they scream towards one another that we won after all of these years. The enemy took us by surprise. It was the Revolutionary Army again. Here's to the Revolutionary Army. Here's to you. There's that Metal Gear Solid, bro. Nicola and Bart. Come on, man. Stop playing with Metal Gear. Let me see this man Dragon put on an eye patch like he's Big Boss. I'll be screaming Dragon Top 1 to the moon and back. If I ever see Dragon with an eye patch, oh my gosh. Oh man, that'll be the day. That'll be the day. Big Boss, that's all he needs. That's all he needs. Please forgive us, Dragon, it's me. I wore myself out. I'll have to return by ship. We're so sorry. Around 2 years have passed since Commander Ginny. 2 years? That's a long time. Around 2 years have passed since Commander Ginny of the Revolutionary Army was kidnapped to be wed to a celestial dragon. Wah! Wah! What the flag nerds? They're like out in the middle of the ocean with like the sun and the this was like are we back in the pirate manga? This was like pirate manga to me. We're nearly there, Bonnie. Bonnie. What? I thought Ginny had been captured for 2 years. Am I missing something? I thought the chapter was titled The Birth of Bonnie. Where's the birth? We're nearly there, Bonnie. Kuma, it's Ginny. She's on the line right now. What? Hey. Wait, it really is? Kumachi, I finally made it back to the surface. Ginny. They didn't want me around after I got sick. I was thrown away. No! This is Ginny that's on the ship. I thought it was Kuma. No. It's Ginny that's on the ship with Bonnie. And Kuma, Ivankov, and Dragon are back at Baltigo. They didn't want me around after I got sick. I was thrown away. Sick from what? Sick in terms of... I mean, we know the Celestial Dragons, they have their own terms for diseases, sicknesses, and humanity now. So she was thrown away after receiving a sickness. What a stroke of luck. You're sick? Kuma asks. I wanted to see everyone one last time, but this call will have to be our goodbye. What? What are you talking about, Ginny? Where are you? I can be there in an instant. I was afraid I'd never see you again. Kumachi. Sorry, but... What in the flag nerds is this thing on the right? Kumachi, sorry, but I'm at death's door. I'm glad you care about me. Really, but you shouldn't come when I'm like this. Is that her hand? Kumachi, sorry, but I'm at death's door. I'm glad you care about me, really, but you shouldn't come when I'm like this. What? And we see thunder and rain
often associated with dragon. Dragon, big bro. Kuma! And Kuma's out. Kuma's out. Kumachi has a big heart. Please take care of him for me. Get out of the way. There's only one place she'd go now. Kuma-san! Poof. Kuma-san! And Kumachi, I just want you to know I love you. Always have and always will. What happened to flipping Ginny? How did she get sick? Poor Kuma, man. I don't understand the Bonnie thing, though. Love you, always have, always will. Gotcha. Kuma, you're back? Where's Ginny? She's here, right? She is, but I'm afraid. It happened when she was exposed to natural light. Is that her skin? Oh, man, it's covered in marks. Her face, her entire body, it turned all blue in the sun. And her skin hardened like stone. Her face, her entire body, it turned all blue in the sun. All blue in the sun, and her skin hardened like stone. Kumachi, I'm just so happy. What could have done this to her? Hey Kumachi, let's get married. Why can't he just be happy, bro? Why does everything that this man loves get taken away from him? What did he do to deserve this? Wouldn't it make you happy? We get this devastating panel of Kuma crying. Kuma hugs the body. He hugs the body. She burned up her remaining time, exposing herself to the sun. And we know that Kuma's always bathing in that very same sun, bro. It's symbolic. That is Kuma. So she could cross the ocean and make it home to us. Bonnie. Bonnie's a newborn? Because she wanted to ensure her baby's safety? Is the child not Kuma's? Don't even tell me that Bonnie's not Kuma's kid, bro. Don't even start to even bring that concept up. That's the only explanation. They haven't seen her in 2 years. There's no way she was poor against the rouging this. That would be only 20 months. It's the celestial dragons, isn't it? It's that celestial dragon piece of garbage, isn't it? Oh my God. Then it's the sickness that she had was her pregnancy? Because obviously whenever you go through the pains of pregnancy, God, man, that's associated with a lot of things. Vomiting, fever, multiple different things. That has to be the sickness. But no. But that doesn't make any sense because, well, that does make sense. But this is an actual sickness, this blue thing. Her face, her entire body, it turned all blue in the sun. Her skin hardened like stone. The baby's still crying. You can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll raise her well. You can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll raise her well. The sun once again entering through the church and bathing them in its light. Bro, nah, man. This is too much, bro. This is too much, man. No one. Not a single being deserves to go through this, bro. Are you... Look at this panel. Kuma in black and white shaded out as he's forced to confront the grave of the person he loves most. This ain't right, man. Brother, this might be the darkest thing the Oda's ever written, man. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. This is wow. If what I'm thinking is right, this is bro. Like, why, man? That's all wrong. You're tilting the bottle too much. We go back to Kuma. Is this better? Bonnie-chan still looks uncomfortable. I'll show you how it's done. Bonnie? She's so cute. And if you're going to be sleeping next to her, make sure her cot is like an iron cage. We can't have you smushing her in your sleep with that massive body. Where's Bonnie? Oh, Bonnie's just so small in comparison to Kuma. You're quite the heavy drinker, Bonnie-chan. I'm sure you'll be just as much of a glutton as Ginny. Bro, you have no idea. You have no idea, man. See, now with context, now when I go back and watch the beginning of Sabaody again, your boy's gonna be in tears when I see Bonnie eating pizza, dog. I'm still hungry. A shot of Ginny. And then Kuma. How can someone smile? How can someone still smile after all of this, bro? He still has it within him to smile because of this creature that is before him. This human that is here, that has given him this new lease on life. Left behind by the person that he loves most. The church. Bonnie's a little older. Daddy. Man, and the village really cares for Bonnie, bro. No, stop with these panels, dog. Yo, stop. Stop. We gotta stop this. We have to stop this immediately, bro. Stop. Exit. Press cancel. Dashboard. Eject. We cut over to see Bonnie and Kuma smiling, bro. He's having the time of his life. Raising... the villagers. And Bonnie. Kuma. Is he fighting? We see Kuma who releases an Ursa shock. The dichotomy, man. Kuma goes over, he fires an Ursa shock. We cut over and see Kuma giving Bonnie a bath. Then we see Kuma in the war zone. Then Kuma, who's just got finished working all night, is that Sabu. We see my boy Sabo, man. Now the panel with him holding Bonnie hits different too. Kuma, what in the world are you doing? You've boarded up all of the church's windows. Close the door. What's going on? You've boarded up all of the church's windows. Close the door. Take a look here below her eye. The disease. Bonnie has the same disease as Ginny? Take a look here below her eye. Is it a blue stone? Hey, isn't that... It looks just like what Ginny had at the end. I'll call a doctor. Thank you. It's caused by sunlight, you say. Are you sure? Why don't we try taking her outside? Are you insane? That's what I'm saying. Yo, why do you even suggest that? What is wrong with you? It doesn't seem to be white lead poisoning. Shout out to Lost Flashback. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this condition. And of course, the doctors wouldn't have an answer. This is probably something never dealt with before. You're quitting the Revolutionary Army? Excuse me. Bonnie's contracted the same disease her mother had? Yes. I don't know if it's the right thing, but I have to stay by her side. I understand it's important to live without regrets. Dragon, we can use our contacts to reach out to doctors all over the world for her. I owe you, Dragon's that guy. Dragon is that guy, man. Dragon is that guy, bro. I owe you, Dragon. I also owe you, Dragon. 7 years ago when Bonnie was 5. 7 years ago when Bonnie was 5. It never clicked. Bonnie's a child. Current Bonnie's a child. The theories were true. The foreshadowing, the hints. It didn't click until I saw that Oda box. 7 years ago when Bonnie was 5. Dude, the theories were true. We see something in the background here. Run away, the vampire's gonna eat us. The vampire? They're referring to Bonnie as a vampire because she can't go out in the sunlight. Could they be any more cruel to a child? And stay out, you twerps. Bonnie, age 5. Sticking it to him. Bleh. This is as far as you can go, right? I dare you to take a step here, you ugly vampire. And of course, they're pulling out the cross. Eat this, bet the Holy Cross is your weakness. Look at it shine. We're in a church, you dummy. I'll show you who's boss. I'm coming after you. Ah! Bonnie, stop. Bonnie dropkicked the mess out of this man. Please, you can't go outside. Even standing near the doorway can give you the ouchies. You're such a worrywart, Dad. I was just kidding. And Kuma, of course, is extremely overprotective. Please don't even joke about it. Okay, I hate it when you get all sad and worried anyway. You're such a good kid. Stop being such a crybaby, Dad. Those jerks, they made fun of my face stones again. Are they really that weird? It's not like I can help them. I didn't ask to get sick. You mean your jewels? The positive way of looking at things. Kuma always looking at things in a positive light, even for something like that is a life-threatening disease. He's like, yo, that is staying as a jewel, man. That's not something that everybody has. You are a 1 in a million life form that has this thing. They're just jealous because you've got such pretty jewelry. That's why her pirate name is Jewelry Bonnie, bro. Yo, Oda, man. Ichiro flipping Oda, bro. No wonder you weren't allowed to finish this chapter, man. Oh, man, son. I mean, you have to be stopped. This is insane. You think so? You betcha I love them. She's proud of him. All because her father is proud of him. Hey, Bonnie, if you were to go on a trip... The line, man. Where would you like to go? For when you're better, I mean. Oh, I know. Have you ever heard about the legendary Sky Islands? There are islands way up in the air? That's right, I read about it in this book. Is it the Bible book? It's close to the sun, so maybe we'll see Nika up there. You would love that, right, Dad? It does the thing. Dun, 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 dun. That sounds like a grand adventure. We can go there to have a big celebration for your 20th birthday. Where should we go for your 19th? Fishman Island. Yo, man. After examining your daughter, I've concluded that she suffers from sapphire scale. I'm afraid it's incurable. You know what it is? And sorry to ask, but can you please speak a bit quieter? These days you almost never see it. Those stones grow exponentially when bathed in any form of natural light like the sun or moon. But even if you completely prevent any exposure, I'm afraid it's only a matter of time before the disease catches up with you. Forgive me for being so blunt, but your daughter has another 5 years at best. It'll be a miracle if she reaches her 10th birthday. Kuma, don't look at me like that, bro. Kuma, man, that's already difficult enough news to hear. Don't put on that face. I'm afraid it's simply terminal, going by our current scientific understanding of it. It'll be over by her 10th birthday. Just can't win. He just can't win, man. The brother can't catch a break. He's never been able to catch a break. What's so sad about this flashback is that we know there is no happiness from this point forward. The man loses his sanity. The man loses his sense of self. The man becomes a slave to these bastards that Adam and James. And here we understand that even still, even in moments of happiness, it always gets taken away. I've never said this about a fictional character, man, but Kuma, if I could take some of that pain for you, brother, I would. I would in a heartbeat, man. I would take some of that pain, dude. You could use that ability on me all day, every day. This is ridiculous, bro. This isn't fair. She's already growing into such a strong woman. Is there really no cure? Boo! And Bonnie scares Kuma. Bonnie, I thought you were asleep. I heard it all. You said it'll be over by my 10th birthday, right? Then why is she smiling? Your 10th? I have no idea what you're talking about. I heard you say it. Hey, are you crying? Is it something I said? Ah, yes. He said when you're 10, it's about your illness, Bonnie, that stupid doctor. He told me that your condition is going to continue as it is till you're 10. It's just such an appalling amount of time. I couldn't help but get down after that. Again, bringing another twist on things. That means I'll be all better when I'm 10, right? The innocence of a child, bro. The innocence of a child. What it means to be a child, bro. So we can go on those trips. Isn't that right, Daddy? Oh no, what have I done? Of course, by the time you've turned 10, you'll be cured. Lies. Yippee! What am I gonna do? A familiar nightmare. Oh, let it end, bro. Let it end, man. A familiar nightmare would soon descend on the kingdom of Sorbet only 1 year later. Kuma! You've got to save us. King Bakori has returned and he's just as monstrous as ever. It's just like 16 years ago. He still wants to cut loose the country's dead weight. He's going to burn the people in their homes. These people can't catch a break, bro. But we do as readers because we have a break next week. Dog, I'm going to keep it $1.50. I'm going to keep it $1.50, man. This is one of the saddest things I've that Ichiro Oda has ever produced. And Ichiro Oda has produced some there is some tragic stuff in this series. You're talking to someone who is still not over Ace's death. I'm still not over the Mary. I'm still not over Robin's flashback. I'm still not over Lost flashback. But until the day that I cease breathing oxygen, I am not going to get over this Kuma flashback, man. I'm not going to be able to get over Kuma's character. This man is taking care of a child that's not even his. This man is taking care of a child that's not even his and treating her as his own. Everything gets taken away from him. Everything! And it's just the fact that he's willing to smile. It's the fact that he's willing to give Bonnie hope. It's the fact that he's willing to turn this thing that is clearly a deficiency, this thing that clearly gets her bullied. He's like, F all that. This is something that is beautiful, Bonnie. This is something that is a part of you. This is something that makes you unique. This is something that makes you beautiful. The jewels, jewelry, Bonnie. And it's the panels. It's bro. This these successive pages of Ginny and her last words to Kuma. Man, I'm not gonna watch that episode in the anime. I'm not watching that episode, bro. I'm not watching that episode. Y'all got me messed up. The game has me messed up. I could barely handle the chapter when it was unfinished. This chapter was unfinished. And I felt like I was about to just, my heart couldn't take it. That's why the chapter was unfinished. This is too much, man. Look at this panel. You can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll raise her well. Man, dude. Come on, man. Yo, man, this is dark, son. This is dark, bro. A celestial dragon. That's horrible. Poor Ginny, man. Poor Ginny, poor Kuma. Yo. If Bonnie's father carries any level of importance in this series, I don't care what the circumstances call. I don't care if it's an entire chapter. I don't care if the entire fandom complains. I want an entire chapter of individuals in the verse taking turns giving that man the Celestial Dragon Punch. I want a Luffy Red... No, screw the Red... I want a Luffy Booming Dawn Red Hawk. I want Kuma to transition all of his pain into this brother. I want Dragon to use the Storm Nomi. I want Shanks to use a Divine Departure, say he's stronger than Mihawk, to make Mihawk mad, to the point to where then he unleashes his strongest attack to take this brother out. I want someone in the verse to revive Roger, and then Roger comes back from the dead and delivers a Divine Departure to Bonnie's father. I want Whitebeard to be revived from the dead and proceed to release the earthquake ability into this brother's system. I want them to go all the way back to 800 years ago, take the original Nika, whatever that brother was doing, and I want that man to deliver the nastiest maneuver possible into this dude, bro. I mean, it's horrific. It's terrible. I'm just gonna stop looking at these panels, bro. I'm just gonna stop looking at the panels and read the supers, because if not, we're gonna be here all day. We're gonna be here all night. I should have read this chapter first and watched the JJK episode. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done. But I went into this chapter expecting something like a 1096. I went to this chapter expecting dragon hype. I mean, I was talking to my cousin about this actually last week. Whenever we were outside having a discussion, like, how hype would it be if we were to see Dragon flex within this flashback and we get some sort of insights into what he can do? Never in a million years was I thinking about something even more tragic than anything that's taking place within this flashback so far to happen in this chapter.
right, man. We're gonna read some supers. We're gonna try to get through this. Dude, I haven't... Oh, man, bro. You know, I've been hit extremely hard emotionally in a lot of these One Piece chapters in recent memory. But in terms of just something hitting the pit of my stomach, I can't even remember, man. I feel like I've teared up for every chapter in this flashback. Like, Oda, man, can we get a break? I'm actually happy we have a break next week. I need a break. I need an emotional break. I need to go to church. I need to go to therapy. I need to see a psychologist. I need to be cleansed, man. I'm a sad state of affairs. This is extremely, bro, man. What we're dealing with here, ladies and gentlemen, is God, man. Hollow-sama comes with membership for 20 months. And says Bonnie for Straw Hat. Dog, at this point, I'm gonna start rooting for Bonnie to become king of the pirates. Screw it. Bonnie, go get it, girl. Do your thing, shawty. I'm in your corner. Yo, dethrone Emu. Take the pen away from Oda. Do what needs to be done. I will not go against what any member of that family wants. Kuma, Bonnie, whatever they desire, I'm there. If Bonnie wants to be a straw hat, make her a straw hat. She wants to be king, let her be king. That's it, Hollow-sama. That's it, man. Akash Panda comes in with the 5 and says, thank God Bonnie saw these memories from Kuma's perspective and not Ginny's. That's a great point. Man. Could you imagine Bonnie seeing these memories from Ginny's perspective? That would have been the most painful thing in the history of mankind. Because, good God, and also there's a sun symbol on the cross in Kuma's church. Dude, the fact that they couldn't take sunlight. It hits, man. It's what I love about Ichiro Oda's writing, and the way that he's able to take stuff from these stories that are already out there. Stories like, of course, the what is normally utilized for stuff like vampires and stuff of that nature, right? Like the mirrors and sunlight and stuff of that nature. And he's putting that within a disease that is in the story. With crosses involved in the church. It's just interesting how he takes these different ideas and puts them together to create something brand new. Man, Akash Panda, bro. You're absolutely right, dog. I'm so... no matter what, it would have been sad, but man. Would you imagine from Ginny's perspective? Thank you, Akash Panda, man. Subra comes in with a 40. It reminded me of Clannad. Don't even, bro. I'm already in such a mental state. I don't even want to think about Clannad. It really is like the climax of Clannad, man. And that's one of the saddest things ever, too, bro. goodness, Subra, man. Dadakma comes in with a 10 and says, who is the father? Oda had Bonnie save Charlos from Zoro when he was trying to kidnap a woman and take her as his wife. Now think about the fact that Kuma was Roswell. Hold on. Now think about the fact that Kuma was Roswell, Charlos' father's slave in Mari Joa. That's a great point. Oda had Bonnie save Charlos from Zoro when he was trying to kidnap a woman and take her as his wife. That's such a... Bro, this man... Bro, Oda's different. He's actually different, bro. He's actually built different. That's so true. I didn't even think about that. That's so true, man. Bonnie did save Zoro in that. Whenever Charlos was attempting to kidnap someone and take her as his wife. But man, who is the father, dude? Is the father someone that we know? Are we throwing out the idea that St. J. Garcia Saturn is the father? If St. J. Garcia Saturn is the father, he is actually like what he looks like. I understand why he spawned from Dante's Inferno. If he actually is the father, that's actually a perfect representation. Honestly, it is. It is, man. Yo, I don't know who it is, but it's someone. Do we know who the person is? I don't know, man. Herlock, thank you to Dakma. Herlock Sholmes comes in with a 5 and says, it may be nothing, but the logo on the book Bonnie was reading is very similar to the logo on Kuma's regular shirt. That is very true. I was trying to think of what it reminded me of, and that is very true. I thought the thing on top said Bible. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's what it said, which it was talking about Sky Islands, which is very interesting to me. Or is that the reference to heaven, potentially? Or are they talking about the actual Sky Islands within the story? Regardless, maybe nothing but the logo in the book that Bonnie was reading is very similar. Can we go back to the Bonnie boogie bogey booger jokes? Like, man, those were simpler times, brother, man. Those were, you know, I regret coming on here every week and be like, man, I can't wait for the Kuma flashback. Oh boy, man, I can't wait for the Kuma flashback. Like, man, it's delivering in all ways that are killing me on the inside, bro. This junk. No one was prepared for this, brother. No one was prepared for this. Thank you, Herlock Sholmes. That is so true. So true. Presno comes in with a membership for 14 months to send you something on Discord. Pain compilation. Dude, I don't know if I can look at a pain compilation right now, man. I am empty. Dude. Oh my goodness. Someone in the comments said, imagine Emu's the father. Dude, how am I supposed to function? Oh man, my brothers were in pain. My brothers were in pain. Fresno's in pain. We're all in pain. If Garling is the father, I take back everything. Let me tell you something right now, bro. Let me tell you. If the father is Garling, I will... From this point forward, just because that's a possibility, I'm not going to refer to myself as St. Ferland Garling anymore. We're not St. Ferland Recon until he beats the accusations. We're not. I refuse. I refuse, man. I refuse. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. I'm throwing that title away until we beat the accusations. All right. Goodness gracious, man. Jesus Alvarez comes in with a 5 and says, hopefully Kuma finds a way to transfer the Sapphire Skull from Bonnie onto King Bakori with his Devil Fruit in the next chapter. Do you think that's what happens? That's actually very interesting. Is that how he gets rid of the disease? It's by transferring it to King Bakori. Well, I think before we even answer that, Jesus Alvarez, I think that something else we have to answer is Bonnie even alive? Is Bonnie even alive? And what I mean by that is, in the present time, if Bonnie really didn't make it to 10 years old, then is it true that the Bonnie that we have today was actually the clone that was referred to at the beginning of that chapter with Stussy in 1072? That was created? Excuse me. I don't even want to think about that, man. That would be even more tragic. That would be even more tragic. Thank you, Jesus Alvarez. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully you're right, man. Recon comes in with a membership for 20 months. Says Emu hides due to Sapphire Scale, celestial disease. Oh, he can't take sunlight. That's interesting, Recon. If the sun is his natural enemy, then he would have no, then no wonder he fears Nika so much. No wonder he fears Gear 5 and the Sun God stuff. That's his literal natural enemy. That's interesting, Recon. That's really, really interesting. That is a celestial disease. I didn't even think about that, Recon. That's interesting. That's a really, really good idea. Recon comes in with a 7 and says, Vegapunk definitely cured Bonnie. Nami and the crew walk past tons of gems and organoids, and when Bonnie aged Vegapunk down, gems came out. There's a connection. Great point, Recon. Great point. Yes. You're absolutely right, which means that Vegapunk definitely cured... It is now that you say that, 1100 cannot be a dragon chapter. There's no way this flashback ends by chapter 1100. It could. I just don't see it. Because what you just said right now, we're going to have to lead into next chapter. / the following chapter. And you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That is most certainly a connection. I forgot about that. Yo, while we're on break, do I even want to reread Egghead? I don't even know if I want to. It's like, man, the arc has been so fire. And then I'm going to get to the last few chapters and I'm going to be depressed. Like, man, goodness gracious. This arc, bro, let me tell you, man, this flashback continues what it's doing. And it's going to be near impossible for me to not put this at number 1. At this point, I might as well just put Final Saga Oda at number 1 for everything that I do and say. It's true. It's true. You know, at least for me. Super comes in with a 40 and says, "What if Bonnie died and the present Bonnie's a clone?" That's what I was just thinking, Super. Like, that's actually a very, very dark thing that could potentially have happened that we've discussed before. But now, especially after this chapter, it's like, man, do I even want that to happen? It's like, sure, it'd be interesting for the story, but man, goodness gracious. Shiny Yint comes in with a 10 and says, "I don't know if anyone already said this, but do you think it's possible that we can get God Valley flashbacks from Dragon and see the reason why he left the Marines? That's how we might see the flashbacks." In regards to the God Valley flashback, I can see we're definitely going to get that from the perspective of other characters. But in regards to Dragon, it would be very interesting if Dragon could provide some sort of insight towards the God Valley incident, because I'm sure what took place there definitely led him to making the decisions that he would make, right? Of course, because it's so heavily involved with the other members of the Revolutionary Army. When it comes to someone like Dragon, without a doubt, it had some sort of effect on him, and maybe even to why he left the Marines as well. So it would be really cool, Shiny, and if we were to get that perspective in that moment of when Dragon decided to say, screw it, you know what, I'm done with this garbage. Absolutely. I would love to see that, and I do think it's a possibility. Thank you, Shiny, and Dadakma comes in with another 5 and says, even my light source is out enough. My light source is out enough, man. Goodness gracious, brother. Dude, that's... God almighty, man. The Dogma comes in with a 5 and says, I'm suggesting that Roswald is the father. Why would Oda write that scene there? It seems like the perfect foreshadowing to me. We even see him writing Kuma. The Dogma, if what you're saying is true, and Roswald is the father, then like I said earlier, Roswald needs to get his stuff rocked by a resurrected Roger. He needs to get Lelouciate by Instant Messenger Sama. He needs to be erased by Oda himself. I don't care what needs to be done. The fact that he's already such a despicable creature within the verse was enough for me. If he truly was the individual who did this to Ginny, the Dogma for Roswald's sake, let's hope it's not him. But if it really is him, the most hated character in the series by far. But I got you, the Dogma. I apologize for not reading between the lines earlier. Thank you for that. Jesus Vermilion comes in with a 5 and says, had a really poor experience online today. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Got ambushed just for loving the series. Appreciate your reaction, coach. Keeping my spirits up. Yo, Jesus, man. Nothing but love to you. And always feel free to share anything that you feel about a series, bro. And this goes for everyone. When you have a poor online experience where other individuals are getting on your case for not loving what you love and are hating on you for loving what you love, brother, let me tell you something, man. Hate only comes from below. Individuals who have nothing better to do than to seek out other people who just want to share what they love and appreciate and hate on those people, dog, those are the real life Jaya Bellamy situations where you just pay that no mind, man. That ain't worth your time. You only have so much time left in this world. Don't ever pay individuals like that in mind, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, brother. But 100% Jesus, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, man. But we got you here, brother. We got you here, and you're free to always express how you feel about the greatness, man. Thank you for being here, dog. Once again, man, I'm sorry that individuals continue to go through stuff like this, bro. And it's a real shame. It's a real shame, and it's something that it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse as time goes on. Ashen Samurai Jiro comes to membership for 8 months. Says Dark Age chapter in One Piece without question. And I just want Kuma to be happy. Dude, I want Kuma to be happy so bad, man. Like, bro... And that's the thing that makes it so sad, Action Samurai Jiro, is we know and understand that it does not get better for Kuma, which is why we're all hoping and praying that this man comes in at the end of the series and delivers, and actually gets the happiness that he's always wanted, and that he's saved by the drums of liberation in our main protagonist, man. Yo, Luffy does that, man. That's auto top 3 Luffy moment. And that man has had... You want to talk about my favorite fictional moments ever. Luffy has like 10 of them. And he does whatever he's going to do to Kuma. That's adding another one. Immediately. Immediately after this flashback, man. Immediately. I just want Kuma to be happy too, bro. Thank you, brother. Super comes in with a hundo, says chapter 499, check. 2, Jewelry Bonnie, below Bonnie's eye with where Sapphire Scale is. 3, Sabo said our gentle Kuma. Beside Sabo panel, Kuma sleeps and Bonnie in a cage. Let me see. So this is in 499. $4.99. That is Sabaori. Charlos, man. Bro, I don't know if I can read this right now, bro. My emotions are too out of whack. Bonnie. That's true, yeah. The jewelry really is where the Sapphire Scale is in this chapter. That's a great point. The Argental Kuma. Greatness, man. Greatness, super, bro. Thank you for pointing that out, absolutely. Like, the jewelry thing... light source just keeps falling, bro. Goodness gracious. Poor light source, man. This thing is taking it today, bro. Blackhawk comes in with a 5 and says, notice how our current Bonnie wears piercing the same place her Sapphire Jewel was. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, that's exactly what Super was just talking about. It really is heartbreaking. That broke me when I was reading in the chapter, man. When I realized, like, yo, this is exactly why she refers to herself as Jewelry Bonnie. That's how much that meant to her. Like, man, dude. Jesus Alvarez comes in with a 10 and says, Brandon King. Shout out to Brandon King. Brought up the idea that celestial dragons possibly wear their space suits to protect themselves from getting crystallized. Oh my gosh. Brandon King. Brandon King. Brandon King. That's a level of cooking that is unforeseen.
The celestial dragons wear their spacesuits to protect themselves from getting crystallized due to them contracting sapphire scale. Oh, man, that actually makes a lot of sense. Eternal Jester brings up a great point. Then why didn't Doflamingo and his family have it? Great point. Great point. Is it on a case-by-case basis? Does something need to happen in order for this disease to come out? Is it something that's truly a part of each celestial dragon due to whatever components make up their lineage factor? And it's just so interesting that it's the sun. It's like the devil fruit thing all over again. Anybody who eats a fruit gets, can't swim. That same line of thought, this disease cannot allow people to be out in the sunlight. Almost feels like a contract. I'm curious in the origins, and I'm curious on whether the origins tie back as far as the Void Century. I'm going to assume that they do, if we have this connection to what Brandon King would say with the spacesuits, or if it's something one of the reasons why Emu stays inside, right? It's because of this celestial disease. I was about to say, Roger didn't have this, right? As far as we know. For his incurable disease. Hero Look speaks of incurable diseases. Chopper wants to cure an incurable disease. Curious. The immortality surgery belonging to a doctor. Goodness gracious, man. No, that's true. That's true. Roger got executed in daylight. That's facts. That's facts. I was just spitballing. Yo, nothing but love to you, Superman. Thanks for being here. Brandon King says also, I think her dad is Saturn. That makes her dad a two. That's so true. That makes her dad Satan, and her adopted dad Jesus. His theming is on point. Plus, Ushi Onis can create incurable diseases. Ooh, like in mythology. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting, Brandon King. Right, Josh Pointer. It's an irony because Kuma worships Nika, the sun god, and yet this disease makes people not want to see the sun. Exactly. The gemstone for planet Saturn is a blue sapphire. Good God. It just doesn't stop. Thank you, Alexis Torres, for the 5 and with that mic drop. The gemstone for the planet Saturn is a blue sapphire. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy, Alexis Torres. Crazy.
Goodness gracious. Tetsuya Saul says, what makes Ginny's final moments even more heartbreaking is that since Kuma rushed off to be at her side, he didn't hear a final I love you over the transponder snail. There's just so many tragic things, man. But you're absolutely right. That is one of the most heartbreaking parts about that entire situation. King Hobucho says, Ginny orchestrated God's Valley through her hacking skills, but as she grew up, that part of her character is never mentioned again. In terms of her hacking, I'm going to assume that the reason for that is because of what Oda wanted to focus on in regards to the rest of the flashback. Because obviously, I'm sure that with the Revolutionary Army, she was doing that, but she would have no reason to do that within the other parts of the verse, or she potentially could have hacked or done something that we just didn't see. But this is just me trying to come up with an idea as to why we haven't seen it since, like you said, since God Valley. I'm going to assume it's a focus thing, that Oda was no longer interested in focusing on it, and instead wanted to focus on other aspects of her character. Or it was just one of those things to where, yeah, it was a one-time thing, you know? Poetry in motion, it's a manga. Facts. The Straw Hats will find out about Kuma's backstory. They wanted to know why he was protecting the Sunny. That could tie in with his backstory. I think it does tie in with his backstory. I'm not sure if the Straw Hats will find out about Kuma's backstory, unless the memory bubble enters all of them. But I do believe that they are probably going to find out why he was protecting the Sunny. But even if they don't, we know how the Straw Hats are. They don't need to know in order to move and do things, right? Do what they think is right. So whatever route Oda decides to take, I'd be fine with that. Just 1 year before Ginny got captured, someone freed slaves in Marijo. Fisher Tiger makes it sad she missed it. Yo. Vortex, I didn't even think about that. I didn't put two and two together for that, man. Shh. That hurts. That hurts, Vortex, man. That's so true. Yeah, Ninja Pope. Actually, of greatness is that Kuma's final order was to protect a ship named after the sun. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, dude. PK Buggy comes in with a 5. He's dropping in. Do you think we'll still be in the flashback by 1100? And do you think Dragon will show up at Egghead? I definitely think Dragon will show up at Egghead. But I think we'll be in the flashback by 1100 for sure. I think based on all the stuff we've talked about and based on the pace in which he's taken the flashback so far, I think we'll still be in the flashback by 1100. I do. Unless Oda decides to wrap things up soon with 1099 and maybe like half of 1100. But even then, I don't see us coming back until we get the full picture. In order to get the full picture, we need to see Vegapunk, right? So when Vegapunk comes into the picture, that's when we'll start the countdown to the end of the flashback. So for right now, I don't think we're near the end of the flashback, considering that Oda's been taking his time. So I'm going to say Dragon for sure shows up at Egghead, but it probably won't be 1100. So we'll see. Saturn's title is the warrior god of defense and science. The sapphire disease might have been created by him. Yo, that's a great point. Eventually, we have to go and dive into that, right? And it wouldn't surprise me if someone like that was capable of creating something like that, like a Mayuri Kurotsuchi S disease. You're right. It could have been man-made. It could have been a man-made disease. Absolutely. Absolutely, phenology. But man, I think I'm gonna have to call it right here, dude. I can't. I don't know if my emotions can do this anymore. Yo, I am an emotional mess, man. This chapter. Wow. Wow, bro. That hurt, man. That hurt, dude. Yo, Hank. Thank you for membership for 7 months. It just made it. Kuma's backstory keeps getting darker. Dude, Kuma's backstory continues with every single chapter to somehow not just outdo itself, but to get more sad with each new edition. I don't know how, man. It's like, man, I just want him to be happy, bro. That's once you get to what the stuff that was brought up in this chapter, that's all you want, is for these characters to be happy. That's all you want. That's all you want. Oh, interesting. So before I get to LJ's comment, Lazy Mofos brings up something interesting. On maybe by cleansing, they meant something different than we first thought. Probably the same result, though. That's interesting. That's interesting, Lazy Mofos. Yo, that is fast. Lazy Mofos, that's definitely some food for thought. Definitely some food for thought. I didn't really think about that until we started talking about the celestial disease. But LJ comes in with a 20 and says, in chapter 1067, Vegapunk talks about doing something to Bonnie and how the first time they meet, he still had his huge head, so at least 15 to 20 years ago, which may be what led Kuma to turn himself into a cyborg to help Bonnie in exchange. Which may be what led Kuma to turn himself into a cyborg and help Bonnie in exchange. So, and you think this is going to be connected to what we're about to see here, like the first time that that they met? Because I'm sure we're about to see Vegapunk. I mean, we know Vegapunk, Dragon, and Kuma are involved in some sort of thing that took place in the Sorbet Kingdom. We just don't know the context behind it, which I'm going to assume is what we're about to get, right? So, that's true. Yeah, that very well may be what led Kuma to turn himself into a cyborg in order to help Bonnie in exchange. Which makes me feel so bad for Bonnie, because she must feel like she has the blame for some of these things, right? We know how we are, right? And I know how I am. I know if somebody were do that to me, I would feel bad about it. Like, yo, it's because it's my own weakness that this person did this for me. And in actuality, that's more than likely not the case. But that's just the way that we look at it. And in Bonnie's case, when all she wants is for someone like her father to be with her and be happy, and it's like, yo, it's for my own weakness that that we're unable to do that. So it just makes you feel really sad and sorry for someone like Bonnie. But thank you, LJ. And then LJ comes in with another comment, and with a 10, and says, this is when he made Vegapunk's promise not to tell Bonnie himself, but instead took out his old memories to give her once she was older to fully understand why all this had to happen. Exactly. You know, to wait until a certain age in order to fully understand and the context behind it all. Similar to all of us, right? Similar to the readers, that we need to be patient. As much as we all wanted to know the truth, we need to be patient because we needed all of the necessary understanding to go into this flashback and put all the pieces together. Right? We needed to be patient. We needed to continue to progress and experience the story, and gain all these new memories and new perspectives, in order to get the full grasp of this flashback. I apologize. My brain is completely gone, but for in Bonnie's case, that most certainly is what Kuma was doing for her. Absolutely. Which is why he left that huge memory bubble behind. Man. Goodness, bro. Alright. I'm gonna read this comment here from Akbar J, and then we're going to end the stream because my brain can't take it anymore. I missed most of the portion of the stream, so I gotta check out the VOD. Continue to talk about this in the afterthoughts. Hopefully Vegapunk appears next chapter. Yes. By the way, have you watched the Attack on Titan finale? Absolutely. I watched it the night that it came out with one of my closest friends. That we started Attack on Titan together 10 years ago when the first episode came out. And we were like, yo, we gotta watch the finale together. And we did whenever I got home from work that Saturday. Right after we did the Shanks episode reaction, we watched the Attack on Titan finale. And it hit, man. It hit extremely hard. But, yo, shout out to my boy Eric, man. Nothing but love to you, Eric. Yeah, no, Oda gave us pain, bro. Oda said, now the world shall know pain, man. This truly was one of the most painful chapters, if not the most painful chapters, the most painful chapter in the entire series, bro. Easy, lazy mofos. Could have gone full light mode. Full light mode, man. This week's chapter of One Piece really showcases how Oda is able to not only tug at the heartstrings, but the unique ways that he's able to do so as well, and just continuing to build upon the other things that he's told within this flashback. It's just been extremely tragic and sad, man, and it's just creating more empathy for Akuma that I thought couldn't get any more lovable or become more of a character that you just want to root for. But I mean, brother, he truly is the character I want to be happy the most in this series. I feel so bad for him, man, and he just continues to go through so much, and to know that even in the present time, he is still going through so much makes it hurt that much harder. Arguably the saddest chapter in the entire series, and just continuing to solidify Egghead's placement as one of the best arcs in the entire series as well. Bartholomew Kuma, man, Bonnie, I don't even want to think about that stuff right now, bro. Yeah. A lot of sad stuff here, man. A lot of sad stuff. So I will see y'all later on in the week. The afterthoughts will more than likely be a little late. But there's no chapter next week, so we'll be fine on that end. But I will see y'all as soon as we can for more of the One Piece greatness. For the Jujutsu Kaisen fans, I did an episode reaction this week, so definitely try to get that up and going tomorrow. But until next time, man, I hope everybody can somehow, some way function. Right now, I can't function. I know whenever I go to lay down in bed, I'm not going to be able to function. This is one of those chapters that hits like a Divine Departure chapter, or the Emu chapter, or the Gear 5 chapter, but in a different way. Because this one truly, truly, truly breaks your soul, breaks your heart, man. It does. It does, bro. This chapter contains some truly, truly sad material, bro. And it's just it's one of those. It's one of those One Piece chapters. So I will see all of you next time. Thank you so much for being here. God, man, what a chapter, bro. My mind and my